Hey, this is Joe with Ghost Gaming. We're back with game two for the finals of Galaxy. Brennan versus Michael. Brennan's still playing Paleozoic, and Michael is Invoked. Michael has elected to go first because he lost game one. So he summons Alistair, searching Invoked. It's a good play, standard play, helmet play, some may say. Myself. Anyways, so it's basically, does he have Wonder Wand? He does. So this is the best opening you can have with Invoked, is you just summon Alistair, activate Wonder Wand, draw two, hopefully get into your Mecha Butt, and then set like four. And that's basically game because you're setting Debarrier, Sanctums, and Strikes, and it's just so hard to actually get around cards that you can't even MST Twin Twister. So Michael elects to set four, doesn't have Invocation play, and now it is Brennan's turn. That's the one thing I don't like about this deck, is you rely more on your opponent having monsters to actually get it going, or you have to like draw one, or you have to do your Windwitch play. But anyways, Brennan normal summons Rat and activates effect. I think he's trying to bait out a strike or something to not have to go into his extra zoo pieces in his extra deck. And when Michael does elect to strike it. So let's see. Brennan's going to set two. So that means he either has an extra normal summon, like another Rat, or a Swap Frog in hand, or a Rotom or dupe. Oh my god. End phase Twin Twister. How busted. That's going to hurt. And now, with Rat being in the graveyard, Michael can elect to actually go into the 3000... Let's call it the Blue Eyes Invoked monster. Oh, damn. Another Alistair. So he searches Alistair, adds it to hand after using his field spell. And this is not looking good for Brennan. Like, he has Lost Wind in the graveyard, so he won't even be able to chain Lost Wind to the fusion summon of whatever Michael has to fusion summon, which is probably going to be the Earth one, unless he drew a light monster. Okay, so he activates Invocation, banishing his Alistair and banishing the Rat. So Blue Eyes White Fusion Dragon is coming onto the field. And so it's basically just a normal attack monster with 3000 attack. It takes one Earth and Alistair, obviously. And Michael decides to add back Alistair to hand with Invocation's graveyard effect. He still has a normal summoned. So he probably will elect to do that. So he normal summoned, activated Alistair's effect again. You know, the plays of this deck. And so Brennan is checking graveyard, seeing if he can actually fuse again. I don't think there's no other cards in graveyard. I do think Michael has an Alistair in hand, if I recall correctly. And he does have Invocation. So Michael just decides to attack with both, so Brennan takes a nice 4000 to the face. And Brennan is looking, I don't know, he better have Raigeki, Dark Hole, or something. Or hopefully drew a Mirror Force, because this is turning out to be ugly. That end phase Twin Twister, though. So he does actually have Dark Hole, which is pretty awesome, I guess. Clears the field. But now he actually has to try and get that momentum back. And hopefully he drew a zoo card, but no. He has to set one, set. So it's probably a dupe. It's either a dupe or a Rotonin. And another Twin Twister, discarding Twin Twister. But Michael didn't want to do it on end phase for whatever reason. So Brennan actually has to activate the effect. I don't know what he can send. He wants to send the Karma Cut Paleo. I guess because Lost Wind is dead whenever Michael fuses due to the field spell. So that's a really smart call on Brennan's part. Just adding more resources to his graveyard at this point. And adding less dead draws, because he's already neg right now. Or not neg, but behind. So Michael's just checking the graveyard, seeing what he can actually summon. If he has another Blue Eyes fusion, he can actually summon that out. So he activates Invocation, banishing Blue Eyes fusion Invoked Dragon, and gets another Blue Eyes Invoked Dragon. Beautiful. The plays this deck make are absolutely remarkable. to say the least. So he gets back Alistair with Invocation. Normal summons Alistair, activates effect. There's not much Brennan can do at this point unless he like top decks a Zoo combo, and even then he sells a Rat Banish. So, but it's the only thing I can see him. Oh, do Frog effect. Okay, so he gets Swap Frog to hand, and then Alistair attacks. So we're down to 3,000 life points for Brennan. Now, Michael activates Invocation, banishing the Dupe Frog. So he's going to summon this water, the water invoked. I think it's like Cactus. I don't know how to say these names. I don't play these decks. I just know what they do. Anyways, this one's like can't be destroyed and is untargetable, kind of like Kieran, and can attack when it's in defense mode. So Brennan decides to summon Swell Frog by special summoning it by sending Dupe as cost, sending Ruin Totem. So he does add it back to hand and summons it again, sending. What would you send here? Another Dupe? Oh, your Rodent Totem. Okay. And now he's gonna try and go into Toad, it would seem. Toad is probably the best option because he will have Dupe Frog, or he can go Sky Cavalry to try and bounce, or maybe even open Bina to try and extend plays. So he does special summon the Rowan Totem, and then Michael activates Deep Barrier, calling XYZs, and then Brennan chains to it. I don't know why he put it in attack mode though. Unless he has a trap card that can defend it, like Wabaku or something. But that he's kind of on the back foot at 3,000 life points, so I would have probably put in defense mode, but I guess we'll see if his trap card can save him. Anyways, so Michael, I guess, adds back Invocation into the deck after standby phase, and he decides to enter battle phase right away and attack, and down step Alistair. And Brennan's like, I've had enough. We'll just go to game 3. He has Deep Barrier set too, so that was a pretty good game. It's just the end phase twin twisters what really ended it. Michael won though, so congrats to him, and we'll be going on to game 3.